Yes, creativity is an addiction. You do it all the time. You're going to go blind because you do it all the time. Better watch out. Your mom's going to be right. We need to come together as creative people, and we need to get this generation moving forward. There's a lot of people just sitting around. They're waiting for the next check. We got to get going. Because the generations that are going to follow us need us. They're calling us. I can hear it. I can feel it. I just know it in my heart that if we don't start moving, we're going to poison their presentation. And that's just not fair. Creativity is an addiction. It is also the one thing that's going to get us all back together. We need to collaborate as creative people. Unplugged because we will always say yes to creativity. Totally uncut because we all make mistakes. So turn it into a tool. This is Arroe Unplugged. Rituals. My goodness sakes, we've got rituals. You know, those things that we do daily, sometime invisibly. We don't know that we're really doing it, but we do it because it's part of the muscle memory. Oh, we're going to talk about that a lot today. Muscle memory. Does it really exist? But rituals. You know, when I come into this studio, maybe I'm just am I spoiled? There's got to be the right amount of water. There has to be coffee. There's got to be things in this studio for me to be prepared to be able to sit down and have a full day of conversations because it starts so early in the morning and so late into the evening it goes. I mean, I've got interviews that are booked all the way up until 7, 8 o'clock tonight. And it's like 12, 13 hours later and you're still doing the rituals. Is that what all this is all about? Is this nothing more than a ritual? What are your rituals? What do you do on a daily basis that has got to be in place before you decide, well, I'm either going to participate with this or I'm not going to participate with this because this did not happen. And it's not like that you're Van Halen and you don't want green M&Ms inside, you know, your dressing room, the green room. No. This is just your daily ritual. I've got to write every morning. If I don't do my daily writing, then something's missing from my rituals. I've got it, like I said before, coffee, water. Things have to be in place here. When am I going to have my first meal for the day? When am I going to be able to walk and do things with my dog so that I can come back and be replenished? Rituals. We are so... Are we addicted to rituals? Could be, because if one of my rituals is missing, do you ever want to be with me? Ooh, what kind of a picture does that paint now, huh? Hey, it's Arroe. This is The Choice. This is what I was writing while the sun was waking up on a brilliant new day. And I say that as the sun is starting to come up. I live for this moment. This is a ritual to be in this place of now while the sun is physically rising, because I hope in your life you feel the rays of light as they move through me into you so that you have a beautiful day. And that's not a ritual. That's actually a moment between us, you and me. That's it. That's all that exists, just you and me. And that is so important to the process of growing forward and outward. And today we're reading from June 16th, 2021. When your best conversation of the day is actually held at 1 in the morning. That's how you begin to realize that your life is no longer the same. That you're not locked in on the rituals. When your best conversation of the day starts at 1 a.m. And 5 hours later, poof, you're awake because you got rituals to do. You got to do that muscle memory thing. A new day is right here in front of you, and it's like no matter how late you stayed up last night in that conversation, boom, your ritual is saying, I need some attention right now. From out of nowhere, you begin to realize the invisible ports of energy that need to be activated because you need to be available for what little is there. This is when I begin to unload what's heavy on my heart. I believe that we have entered a time in global history when the term being on the front line is no longer of importance. That's what's heavy on my heart right now. When being on the front line is no longer of importance. The world is reopening. California, woo, we're open. We're open. What about those people that were always open? Didn't matter how much they questioned it, how much they feared it. They were always open on the front line. What we once did when nobody else would do it is that thing. Something. It's hard to explain. out there. Didn't matter how much fear was flowing through our veins. We showed up every day. We gave it our all. And every time we sneezed and we secretly took our temperature, we just thought, this is it. I got it. Oh, God, I got it. Somehow, some way, many of us didn't get it. But I believe as the world reshapes, the term being out here on the front line is no longer important. Not anymore. But I'm going to tell you something, though. Inside this heart, inside this mind, I will never stop celebrating the doctors and nurses. For they, along with the fire department and the police department and everybody else that was on the front line when nobody else could do it, didn't want to do it, they were there because we did things in the name of survival. When your best conversation of the day begins at 1 o'clock in the morning, that's how you begin to realize your life is no longer the same. As the sun is rising, do you feel the rays? As we are sharing this conversation of the best conversation of the day, do you feel the rays? When do you have your best conversation? After how many cups of coffee? The rituals. How many Red Bulls or Monster drinks? My God, there are so many different ones out there now. I was at a convenience store and I just stood there going, look at all that buzz. No, seriously. I remember when there weren't any of these power drinks and stuff like that. And you were stuck with trichromaline and other things with ephedrine in it and all that. And it's like, you did it. You say, so how are you upbeat all the time? I don't know. You would never tell anybody what you were doing. I don't know. I just am. And then all of a sudden, here came Red Bull and Monster drink, Jolt drink, Powerized Mountain Dew. And all of a sudden your ritual was just walking around with that in your hand. And coffee. My God, my mom drank coffee and still drinks coffee like it's going out of style. It's your ritual. You need it. When your best conversation of the day is at 1 a.m. That's how you know that your life is no longer the same. How has your life changed now that the COVID-19 seems to be that thing that we once did? And then we're going to reach a point just like 9/11 here in the States where it's like, did that really happen? Well, yeah, it did. We experienced it. I don't remember. But it did happen. And I think it's kind of funny how the news agencies keep talking about, well, there's a new variant that we need to be afraid of. Dude, we're no longer interested. It's like the frontline worker. It doesn't seem to matter anymore. I'm Arroe, and that's what I was writing while the sun was waking up on a brilliant new day.